The ramblings of a madman can be very dangerous, especially for those of you who listen.
Triple Threat is for a mature audience only.
It's time! It's time! It's
Triple Threat! Triple Threat!
Triple Threat is in effect.
Suplex City, bitch, on the mothership.
Welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. I am Big Daddy. Right.
I mean, Jesus, it's like if they changed the covering of the ding dong to like vanilla. I mean, come on, what the hell, man?
And the myth, the legend, the prank.
For every action, there's a reaction. And a Piker reaction is quite a fucking thing.
What could you say about G3 that had already been said about Marty Jannetty?
My shoes cost more than your house.
Triple Threat is in effect.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. I am Big Daddy STV, and on the phone, not the pipe, but the California Kid.
Hey, folks, how's it going? Yeah, this time I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Probably the pipe going to the show, he'll be on the phone too. We'll both be on the phone. Calling live from San Diego, California.
So, how you doing, California?
Man, I am living the California life like never before, man. I've had a lot of nostalgia out here. I've retraced my old stomping grounds, man. It's been a ball. The food is awesome. The people are awesome out here in California. The weather is amazing.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. When you first went back to California, how long did it take you to go to Jack in the Box?
Dude, not that easy. In a few hours. Like, we went, it was the first meal we ate, went to Jack in the Box, right off the bat. Dude, I've never been so happy. I was almost in tears, man. I took photos, and y'all check that out on my Facebook. Dude, Jack in the Box it was like, man, it's one of the best places on earth.
Yeah, I knew that was probably the first place you went to.
First place, Jack in the Box. Boy, if y'all ain't never had Jack in the Box, y'all know y'all missing out there, man. It's like, Jack in the Box is freaking Jack in the Box. There's only one.
Well, we got a lot to talk about. Big weekend last weekend. We had the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, the Hall of Fame, and Wrestle Mania 35. Very exciting weekend. Let's get down to NXT TakeOver from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Let's start with the NXT Tag Team title match. Ricochet versus Aleister Black versus the War Raiders. Excellent match.
Man, what is it?
Both teams going out. Both Aleister Black, Ricochet, and the Road Warriors put on one hell of a show. What was the big guy's name? Was it Rowe or Hanson?
Yeah, I think he was Rowe. I can't remember the name, but I remember I saw these guys. I saw these guys live at a Ring of Honor show. These guys are every bit as good as they have ever been. They have not slowed down. And I'll tell you, you couldn't ask for more. Like, it didn't need a long story build. It didn't need that. They told the story right then and there. It was about respect. It didn't have to be about anything else. It was amazing. I mean, they did not. The match started out with a good feeling out, and it made you want to see more, and it was fantastic.
Then the big guy was trying to keep up with Ricochet. He was doing a good job.
He was doing great. The fact that he was able to do those tumbles, those hand flip tumbles, that was kind of action that you want to see. And that's the thing. Triple H knows what we want. And the tag, I think the NXT tag division, that's been so consistent. I mean, when's the last time we saw a bad tag team program on NXT?
Not that many.
Man, shoot. This was good, and I was glad that it was just a really good story, too. And it was good match, good story. Didn't need a long, complicated build. Just straight up, we respect you. The story was basically, we respect you, you respect us, we're warriors, we're going to do everything we can to destroy you, and you're going to do everything you can to destroy us, and at the end of the day, we're going to see who's the last team standing, who's the best. After it's all said and done, we're going to bow, and we're all going to go home.
But awesome ending. The War Raiders won, and at the end, the Raiders showed respect to both Aleister Black and Ricochet, and then the crowd showed their respect to Ricochet and Black. I don't know if this is their final match on NXT, but it might have been. I'm not for sure, but I guess because
I think it was. They were saying it was the last time we would see them on there.
Okay.
Like, that was it, and yeah, that was part of it too. That would be the last time we would see these two, on that show.
Real sadness.
It was a fitting way to go out.
Yeah. Next match is the NXT North American title match between Matt Riddle versus the Velveteen Dream. I gotta say, Velveteen Dream's entrance was awesome as hell. Him as the Statue of Liberty. That was very good. Very good match between Riddle and Dream with the back and forths, and Riddle and his MMA fight. It's just awesome.
Yeah, this one had a good build too. This one had a good story to it too. This was the ending of this story had to do with it, just not this time. You got the dream's attention, but you don't win this time.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Riddle applied the Bro Mission. They tangled, but Dream somehow turned it into a roll up for the pin and the win, which Riddle can't believe.
It's like he had, I don't know if he's double jointed, but the way he reached around and rolled him was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Like he got him pretty cleanly. It was, I don't know if he's double jointed the arm or what, but he hooked it somehow.
Well, but Dream gets the win. Riddle gets his first loss in NXT. I think that's right. Yeah, he gets his first loss.
First one, I think it was.
Yeah, he gets his first loss, and Dream retains his title. Then Dream takes the title and pulls in the corner, looks at Riddle, and they do a fist bump, showing respect. Next is the WWE UK title match between Walter versus Pete Dunne. Very brutal match between Walter and Pete Dunne.
Everybody knew what they were going to get with this one. There was nothing. There was no call. They were going to give you the in-house, English wrestling, you become accustomed to. They were going to give it to you. And they gave it to you. Everybody knew what they were going to get with this one. I mean, man, just those chops, man, those hits, and the way he just worked those fingers, man. He was tearing that hand apart.
Yeah, with the misplacement of the hand and the chops. Very brutal match, and surprisingly, shockingly, Walter wins the UK Championship, which ends Pete Dunne's run with the title. I think it was like 400 and some days he had it.
He beat out. He actually beat out. No, more than that. He beat out Oscar just about. He had the title for almost right at almost 2 years or more. It was almost at that 2 year mark, but nobody nobody's been able to really beat the 2-year mark. I mean, not even Bill. Nobody's gotten to the 2-year mark yet. I think it was Oscar came very close.
Yeah.
I think RVD came close, but nobody really crosses that 2-year line.
Yeah. But great match. Kind of wondering how this is gonna work out with Walter. This dude looks like the meanest motherfucker ever.
He's like this. They look at him like the they call him the ring general because he's like a general from the Napoleonic era, and they think he has that posture like one of those old school generals from back in the day. It's like that's the whole gimmick. It's like he does that stance like Napoleon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Captain Nelson, or like the Commander Nelson from the English Navy. He has that kind of stance.
Yeah. But we got Walter as the new UK champion. Next match is the fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's title: Kairi Sane versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler. Very good match with all 4 women going back and forth. Kairi Sane, Io Shirai throwing down, going against each other. Then Bianca Belair having both of them on, picking both of them up for her finisher was just awesome. But Shayna comes in and puts Bianca to sleep. Bianca to sleep and retains her title.
Now, see, this was good. It went as expected, but my goodness, did they ever give us a heck of a show with it? The fact that Bianca Belair, her special ability is the fact that she can survive that hold for a long period of time, and that's dangerous to Shayna, because Shayna's expending a lot of stamina trying to hold it in, and when she lifts her up and she's struggling like that, it's like it's only a matter of time before she adapts to it and too much and is able to get out of it, and beat her. So it's really interesting watching that clock tick down to how long Shayna can hold out against Bianca's ability to overcome her on that. It's very interesting to see how much longer she can hold out like that. Like, unless Shayna's going to have to come up with like an extra level to that hold, like Kurt Angle came up with the grapevine to really beat Bianca any further, because I think we're counting down until that happens.
Well, what I wonder is what they're gonna do now. I mean, Shayna pretty much beat everybody in the in NXT.
She's dominating. She's in her domination right now. And what I do as a booker in this situation is, and especially the writer, what you do in this situation is you look at the whole scope of the women's division in WWE. You look at where everybody is. Does Becky need a new threat? I don't think so. I think there's the thing. This goes back. We had Fred on the show last episode. He brought up a good point. This goes back to the fact that Fred and me talked, and he brought up a good point. We had a good discussion about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, when you really look at the scope of her career, Becky Lynch has always been portrayed as the weakest of the women. If you look at, and before anyone debates me on this, look at the scope of her entire story in WWE. Even in NXT, she was the weakest. She was the Bayley. Everybody thinks Bayley was the weakest, but Bayley wasn't the weakest. Bayley actually turned out to be the strongest of them physically. Now, the thing about it is the fact that for Becky to have gotten up to the level she did, she eventually did beat Charlotte, and she beat she did beat the Bayley and all them. She beat all of them eventually in a row, even Sasha, and that was one story they told to kind of put her over. But using Disarmer, she finally mastered it, got it down, beat all 3 of them in succession per episode, and that's the one time she did prove herself. But it always takes a while for her to really get to that now, like you look at what all the horsewomen have done so far, you look at Becky. Becky, as a singles competitor, is unproven compared to some of the lengths that Charlotte has gone to, and that Sasha has gone to, and even Bayley. They're proven singles warriors. They're proven warriors. But you can look at just recently, Charlotte. Charlotte has 2 victories over Asuka, and even now, this character they called the Man with Becky Lynch, the Becky Lynch Man gimmick. It's a great gimmick. It's like when Stone Cold Steve Austin had his moment and became, 316 Stone Cold Steve Austin announcing. When that happened, he was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin's special ability was the fact that he was a bad dude, but he was tough. Stone Cold Steve Austin was tough, and he proved in that Bret Hart match. He wouldn't tap. He was tougher than the rest of the roster. Because everybody else on the roster tapped to Bret Hart at this point. Bret Hart was dominant. Because even Bret beat Undertaker. Bret was dominant. Bret was unstoppable. But Stone Cold Steve Austin did not tap to Bret Hart. Here's where Becky failed. Here's where they kind of, I think, clawed the story in giving Becky both the title. Becky Lynch tapped out to Asuka. She lost several other singles matches. And even in this character, I'm just at the point where I'm thinking she's an unproven champion. She doesn't need newer threats right now. She needs to prove herself in singles competitions against these other women. And we'll get into WrestleMania, but that's the reason why I felt the WrestleMania main event was misbooked, because it should not have been a triple threat. Becky Lynch needed to prove herself against against either Ronda, or she needed to find some kind of definitive way to win against either Ronda or Charlotte. They could have taken some of the matches off this way and just put Charlotte against Asuka there, but they did it on SmackDown. But anyway, I'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Getting back to what we were talking about, Shayna Baszler. She stays as a booker. I keep her there on NXT. It's only like, what do? You ask. You keep developing your talent around her. Yes, she's beating the other women, but who's to say that we don't tell a story where one of the women that you want to push comes up with some new techniques, gets stronger. You have the other women get stronger too. The matches get more intense. They get back up. The matches start getting up to that level, to the more toward like the Asuka Emma program. We start getting it up to that Asuka versus Emma level. The matches just need to be intensified, because there's a chase now. They can't beat this woman, Shayna Baszler, and with Shayna Baszler's henchman, it becomes a chase, a challenge. You just make them stronger and keep telling the story. It's not going to get stale anytime soon. I think one of them, either you need to go and let one of them win the title or something, and let Shayna lose again or something, but you need to do something. I don't think I don't see taking Shayna to the main roster as a good idea. There's too much going on there. They've got way too much talent. I can see it if Sasha Banks, for recruits, Sasha Banks leaves, if she managed to finally leave, but I don't see that happening. But I don't know. Sorry, I wanted to carry it there, but basically that's what I'm saying. Don't bring Shayna to the main roster. Whatever you do, don't do that. That would be too soon.
I think people would say that don't bring anybody from NXT to the main roster.
No, don't. Yeah, nobody. Nobody needs to go anywhere. Really, nobody needs to go anywhere.
But
That's a terrible idea. There's too much traffic right now on the main roster. Way too much traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, man, there's people that they're trying to bring back to the forefront. I mean, God, what's his name who's looking in the mirror? I even forgot his name. The guy who's looking in the mirror, the football player.
Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, they're trying to get him back in. They're trying to get other people attention. There's just too much traffic right now. There's too much traffic in the airtime. Don't move anyone from NXT right now. Don't do any more. There's no purpose. You
we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's move on to the main event, the 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT title, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Pretty much the best match of the night.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The back and forth and the storytelling was just excellent. Adam and Johnny put on a great show. First fall went to Adam Cole, second to Johnny, and then Johnny takes the third and becoming the new NXT champion. Pretty much, I would say, match of the whole weekend.
That was the best story they told. I think it even rivals the Kofi Kingston story. It was built over so long a period of time.
Well, yeah. That's the reason why it's more over than Kofi, because it took like a long time and a longer build than Kofi.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was a long story of struggle and loss and heartbreak. The Johnny Gargano story is probably one of the best stories told in wrestling in decades. Honestly, it's probably the best wrestling story ever told in a while. I mean, I can't remember a time when I sat up and watched wrestling and got a good, well put together, well paced story with matches that are near perfect. They get 3 matches that are getting Dave Meltzer scores, that are getting high ratings with Dave, that are just really going. I mean, these guys are telling excellent stories. They're putting on amazing matches. Ciampa and Gargano told us one hell of a story. They told us one hell of a story. And I was sad to see what happened to Tommaso Ciampa, but I mean, my God, he did his job, man. They got there. They still got there. It was good, man. And I mean, God, you have to credit the Revival with some of this story too. Just having the Revival involved was good. It was just the Johnny Gargano story will never be forgotten. It's one of the best told stories ever. And that best 2 out of 3 falls match, it was Johnny Gargano, the longtime golden boy of the show, who everybody had rooted for so long and now hated, finding redemption against the new golden boy. You know, and it was just good, man.
Yeah. But
that was amazing.
Very amazing and very good pay-per-view. I would say 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right.
You rarely get them that good.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to talk about the Hall of Fame for a little bit?
Yeah, let's get into this. The main story of the Hall of Fame, as we all know, is that Bret Hart was attacked by some dude who's a little bit out of his mind. And I mean, probably came to The Simpsons predicted this. But anyway, I almost am in full agreement. I probably am in full agreement that they shouldn't make the Hall of Fame an audience event. I can understand having just a small number of people that can pay to be there, but I don't think it should be an audience anymore. It's terrible. Number one, I kind of agree with Chris Jericho because I was watching some of the Hall of Fame prior over the years, and the fact that the fans chant and stuff and everything, it's nice when it's respectable, but sometimes they don't. They chant at the wrong times. They chant the wrong things. And look, what happened in the past. It's a bunch of people telling you a story in the ring. At the end of the day, these guys are performers. They're athletes and performers. They're actors. It's a damn story. And at the end of the day, the fan care is nice, but when you start crossing the respect line, for a formal event like that, where we're dropping kayfabe, it's a great. I think wrestling fans will what an honor it is to witness a wrestler outside of their kayfabe. That used to be like gospel. That a wrestler not talking to anyone outside of kayfabe. That used to be like gospel. But the fact that they're letting us see this could be held in private, and they could do this to themselves and just air it on TV like they do the Oscars. This could be a private invitation event, but they're doing it and they're letting the fans come out and be a part of it. And when we get people like that who show up to these events, it's almost like you almost should have to screen people to go to these events, to go to these special kind of things. It's almost like it's going to have to come to that. And they say Vince McMahon is thinking about going ahead and stopping it from being an audience event. I don't see why not. But I haven't liked a lot of things about the Hall of Fame. There are a lot of wrestlers that get put on this kind of undercard to the Hall of Fame. Like Ricky goes on. Why would you put Ricky goes on? Why wouldn't you at least have something significant said about the man? The man invented Reiki. The man invented Japanese wrestling. Like that's something. If the WWE Hall of Fame is about the business, that is the business. I mean, that's something to put. But anyway, I get that right later. But yeah, some maniac attacked Bret Hart, and that's just not something that's acceptable ever.
Well, my thoughts about it is the security guard should be ashamed of themselves because they should have caught that dude long before he could get into the ring. And
how did they not see this guy?
I don't know, man, but dude just came out of nowhere and he tackled Brett and took out both Brett and Natty. And luckily, I think they said that Ronda's husband got up in there and took some shots at the dude. Big E was in there, and all of them got on the dude and got him off of Brett.
Everybody got in there. It was Bret Hart. Everyone got in there. It was Bret Hart.
And then the dude from the Revival took a shot when the dude was already handcuffed and taken away. Which I can understand why he did it, but he might gonna get some repercussion for that.
I don't think he cares.
I mean, I know he don't care. I mean, I know he don't care, and I know he was protecting Bret Hart and all, but you gotta remember in this day and age, if this dude gets a good lawyer, he could get some money from it, and I'm not condoning.
It really depends on what state they're in. Litigation is a different atmosphere everywhere. Like it's just like I mean, just like if the incident happened in Canada, nobody would be fined for anything. In fact, he'd probably be dead.
Yeah, but hopefully this dude.
Fans would have probably killed him.
Yeah, they definitely killed him if he was in Canada.
He wouldn't have made out that building alive if he was in Canada.
Nope. But glad that Brett was alright and was able to attend WrestleMania. But hopefully this dude gets what he deserves. As far
that's unacceptable.
Yeah. As far as everything else, it was good seeing Stacy again.
Yeah.
Didn't think that she'd be back on the WWE TV. The rest of the the stories that Bret Hart told were great, funny. Good tribute with the Anvil. Hunky Top Man's speech was pretty cool. Good to see Jimmy Hart again. Bruce the Barber Beefcake speech was awesome. The only thing I didn't like was Corey Graves and Renee Young being the host.
Yeah, that was a little out of place. That was a little out of place.
And I like the set and all, but I prefer the stage better.
Yeah, it's a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah.
I think the stage was a little bit more sophisticated.
Also, the whole running down Diaz was a little bit overblown.
Yeah.
I think they could have saved that and put it as one big package. But
more the power than better.
yeah, but the best induction was Harlem Heat.
Oh yeah.
And the whole thing with Booker T promoting Kofi.
That was all. He had commentary that was why he came on commentary. And he had to talk about this stuff. He had to talk about him.
What?
Cool, man. Book, man. Book been talking about it online, man. He's been going wild about it.
Yeah. And also, DX's introduction was alright. They did their usual stick. The only one that I liked the most was the whole tribute to China.
Oh, yeah. The China shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Them inducting Luna in the Legends instead of her having her own thing, I was kind of a little, like, put off by that.
That's another thing they do this kind of, I didn't like that. Luna's a long time figure in the business, and I was very happy to see that she didn't get her own private mention, because, I mean, come on, anyone's small women's wrestler knows about Luna. And that's, hardcore, I understand this isn't really for the hardcore wrestling fans, but it's just the fact that these are, whether you know them or not, they can learn about them. Like if you give a package for these people, a good private package for these people, they can learn about these people. These are people that they should know about. I find it kind of sad, because Luna was on everything. She was in ECW, she was in AWA, she was even in WCW. She had been around, and she was in WWF back in '93, and when she came back in '97, she had been around, and she stayed on the Indies for a long time. It's kind of something that it's sad. It's just really sad. It's really, really sad that they didn't do this. Luna, man, she's been in the business for a long time. She started back in the 80s.
Yeah.
She was the original World Championship wrestler. Luna, because right now, she was like a freaking fishing system for WWE, but man, she was in World Championship wrestling back in the 80s.
Yeah. But I think that Luna should have.
Kevin Sullivan, she was part of Kevin Sullivan was Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man.
But I think that she should have been up in the one of the main events instead of just the Legends. But it was good to see that she was. It was just good to see that she was inducted. But I think WWE could have done better for her. All right, let's get to the main event, Wrestle Mania, with the pre-show, the WWE Cruiserweight title match between Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy.
Oh God, where do you go from here?
I do not know. I don't even know who Tony Nese is.
Tony Nese he's been there since the show started. I mean, Tony Nese's been there since 205 Live started. He's good. I mean, he's got great physique. He's had some good matches. He's taken a lot of losses. He's paid his dues. I just look at this and I'm like, still though, the story, like, where was the story with this? Like, it didn't really feel like a major story because we're all so in the buddy. We're like, why? It's just, I don't know, man. It's like they needed something more to make this title change significant,
Yeah.
I just don't know where you go from here story-wise. There was nothing. I remember that's something that's why Fred used to wrestle Tony Nese a lot. It's really good, but they never really gave him a really deep story at all like they did with the others on 205 Live. They never really worked his story much. He had a purpose that he stated, but he never really just had this flushed out story. He never really told a flushed out story. He was a heel for a long time. I don't know, man. They never really just told a now that he's got the title. I hope they do, because otherwise we're not going to know where the hell to go.
Yeah. Well, your winner and new Cruiserweight Champion, Tony Nese. Next match is the second annual Wrestle Mania Women's Battle Royal.
I don't know about this. Like, honestly, I felt that, if they're trying again, if they're trying to find Carmella a purpose again, that's fine. But, like, honestly, if Carmella the woman to challenge Becky Lynch, I know that I mean they can put on. They're both very technically sound. They can put on some really good matches because the story is good there. Sales wise, the thing about Carmella is that she's got the look, but she's never been that bankable as much as they want. And I think they tried to do that with the whole. They had the I don't know what it was. It was like this fantasy that if we find a way to put her over or out of the show, the fans will respect her for being smart. No, we respected her for being smart, here and there, but there were better ways to do it. Yeah, the Money in the Bank thing was fine. That was all cool. Where we said that it sucked the first time. Second time was a little better, but the bill just wasn't right with her. It hasn't been right. It's never really been right. Even when they tried to run her face when she got started on TV, on live on the main show, her build has just never been quite right. And I don't know what this means for her winning, but like I said, I hope they have a better story in mind to tell you. And I hope it doesn't go through Oscar again, because that always buries her. Even if she goes over, it buries her. I think they understand that now. I hope they do, because if they don't, she's going to go under again. She's never going to be bankable with this many stars, on your roster. She's never going to be bankable, And at times she can sound annoying. And I like Carmella, but I just think they need to find the right story to tell her. And I don't know what it is. The story she told with Bayley and NXT was really good. The fact they were friends and they had an awesome match and everything like that. And it was a really competitive match, and she was smarter than Bayley. But she just couldn't beat Bayley's strength and resolve, which played out in the match really well. But she was clever, and she's always been clever. But what story do you tell where even the simplest, even the most casual fan would love it? I don't know. I don't know what you do with Carmella. I don't think she was the right choice to win, but it's whatever.
I totally agree with you. It's I don't know where they're gonna go with this, because you had her as a heel, then you put her with R-Truth and do this stupid dance hall BS, and now she wins the Rumble. If you're not gonna do anything with her, it's just a waste.
That could have gone to anyone. That could have something else that really needed that.
Yeah, it could have went to Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, or Sarah Logan. I'm not that fond of Sarah Logan, but it would give her something. Cause
give her something to start with. I mean, like Mandy and Sarah need something. They need something now.
Yeah. It would have been better off with those three women. Hell, Ruby. Also. Because they all need something.
Until they find... Yeah, Ruby, it would have been good for Ruby. Until they find something until they find the right story for Carmella, they just need to leave Carmella with truth right now. Until they find something that will get her over, like, they just need to leave her there. She's stagnant there. She's not going to go down any further. She's not going to go up any higher. But she'll be safe until you figure out something to do with her that makes sense. But, I mean, at this point, you got Mandy that you're trying to do something with, but you haven't done anything with yet. And you made the stupid mistake of putting Mandy against Asuka in that pointless program. And then you, like, I don't know what the hell they're going through.
I don't know either.
If this is about money, what money sense does this make? This no sense money-wise.
I don't understand either.
They're pushing all. I mean, I understand they're pushing all the money to Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. But my God, I mean, what are you gonna do afterwards?
Yeah. But let's go on to the next match, the Raw Tag Team Title match: Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the Revival. I guess it is. I just don't get what WWE's doing with the Revival. Why in the world will you give the titles to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins?
I just don't have the words. I wonder how they see the Revival. Like, they don't see what these guys can do with a division? These are your guys you have on top. These are your guys you run as your main eventers. These two guys are the guys that you run, that you just let hold the belts because they're going to make everybody look like $1 million. They're the ones that are going to make everybody worth money.
Do you think this is punishment for what Scott Dawson did at the Hall of Fame?
It may be. It may very well be. It may be. It may very well be.
Because I really don't see any other reason why WWE would put the belt on Zack Ryder, who hasn't been on TV for God knows when, and Kurt Hawkins, who had a losing streak, as a storyline, and why that'd be a good reason to put the title on both of them. I just don't get it. I'm sorry.
It's sad. It's really sad because I just don't see. Man, the Revival are great. Come on, guys. Let the little stuff go and let these guys do their job.
Yeah. So Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins win the tag titles, and we go from one disappointment to another big disappointment. The 6th annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. All I gotta say about this is this was a piece of crap. And it's a good thing I did not see this, because if I did, I would have been upset as hell. Even hearing about it upset me. To come down to the two morons from SNL and this whole stupid... I mean, first off, can we please just stop with the whole psychiatrist bullshit already? This whole use of the psychiatrist has been overdone and outplayed in WWE. Can you writers just give her the rest with the psychiatrist? It worked for Kane and Daniel Bryan, but that was mostly Kane and Daniel Bryan. With anybody else, it sucks. So can we please just stop? And for the love of God, let's stop getting anybody from SNL and using them for any more bits in WWE. I'm sick and tired of it.
Here's the thing I was saying about this. Okay, if you're going to bring comedians in, and they're going to do this, if you're going to bring comedians in and do this, don't do little cheap shit. Don't do little cheesy. Don't do cheesy. Don't do cheesy. If you're going to bring comedians in, do funny. Don't do cheesy. Okay, the whole build to this was I'm going to rant about this right quick. The whole build to this was stupid. Okay, so on Raw, these guys come in and they run afoul of what the hell is that big motherfucker's name? They run afoul of Braun Strowman. Okay, here's the thing. Braun Strowman, yes, he's a bad dude. We get it. Okay, if someone says something like that, like I forget the wrestler's name who hit the reporter, but if something
Dr. Death.
like that,
Dr. Death.
huh?
Dr. Death.
Yeah, okay. If someone insults the business and the big man's back there and he hears it and he's sitting there and you're gonna do that angle, play the angle out. This all could have been better. This whole deal, if you're gonna have them last out for a room or come in, make it worth our while. He should have hit the guy. They should have made it real. That would have been funny because for real, they're playing out the situation. Have it be serious. Have us actually believe that Braun up. Don't do the whole. You're not on network television. You don't have to make it that clean. It doesn't have to be that clean. It's not network TV. It's private. It's privately streamed on a publicly traded company. Yes, but it's not. You've aired worse. You've put on worse than that. Don't give me the cheesy, pointless crap. That's just. I'm not agreeing with you. That was just a waste of time. It was a waste of time because they didn't give us anything to invest in. They hit under the ring, but it would have been a lot better if they told the story a little bit better, had a better build to this situation, make it controversial, make it slightly edgy, get some blood going in there, even if it's fake blood, make it fake blood, make something really happen that really would like make the comedians look like actual, look like they're actually in peril. Really. It could have been a little bit. This is not the way you tell a story. It's just, and it's a waste of time and it angers the viewers. It's cheesy. It's stupid. It's the same thing that happened with Drew Carey. Okay, Drew Carey uses the Royal Rumble. Okay, what's funny? Drew Carey just jumping out because Kane comes out, and he just happens to be the one guy that Kane. He happens to be the only guy in the ring. Kane comes out, or Drew Carey actually finding cheap and dirty ways to survive the Royal Rumble to the point where Kane comes out and he actually gets the ass kicked. That's funny. Drew Carey is overconfident, uses all kinds of dirty tactics to stay in the Royal Rumble. Really, he doesn't have to wrestle. He just has to be really intelligent and be funny about it. Kicking people in the nuts, using things he snuck in his pants. Do things that Drew does on the show. Use cheap tricks to survive the Royal Rumble. Do things to keep yourself from getting thrown on the top rope. I don't care if you use a damn pepper spray, anything. Just keep him in the Royal Rumble for a while so it's just not this little run jump out crap. Tell a good story, is what I'm saying. Tell a better story.
Yeah. But basically it was a bullshit match and a bullshit ending, and I don't really give two flying fucks about it. Getting to the opener of WrestleMania with Alexa Bliss coming out. She being introduced as the host. And let me just say, Alexa Bliss as the host was just god-awful. I mean, she hardly did anything that whole night, but I think like 3 skits. And that's it. The first skit is her with Hulk Hogan, where she says she stabbed her thing and she can make a WrestleMania moment, and had Hulk.
I'm kind of still woke culture on this a little bit. It just feels weird still. Them trying to bring Hulk Hogan back before us. Is he trying to, because there's no way. Look, it's one thing to seek redemption. It's another thing to just go in and do a fake redemption and be brought back on the company. Money-wise, sure, there's always going to be Hulk Hogan. Sure, you need him for the company. Yes. But do you risk? I mean, do you take the risk? I don't know. He had a warm reception. It's cool. I'm just saying, I don't see the point of that. I didn't see the point of that. It was nice to see Paul Heyman interrupted. That was a good time. Paul should have come out a lot earlier. Just cut that thing down.
Paul should have just went in on Hogan.
Yeah, I would have loved for him to rip into Hogan. That would have been great. They needed that. Hogan, I think the only thing that's really going to redeem Hogan enough to where he can be welcome back is if he does something that shows he has some damn humility. He still hasn't shown anyone that he has humility. And if you don't have humility, and you've wronged, you've really done created a PR nightmare, and you don't show that you have any humility, it's just hard for me to invest in you again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a customer, it's hard for me to invest in something, in someone like that who hasn't shown, any kind of humility for being an idiot, at a time. We all can be idiots, but if you're gonna go public with your private affairs, and you're gonna get out there and be, it comes forward that you spouted the N-word all several times, and you're a white man, then I expect kind of humility to be shown.
Yeah. But as you say, Paul Heyman interrupted them and came down to the ring and said that if Brock Lesnar was not going to be the main event, then they'd rather get it over with and head on to Las Vegas. So we get into the WWE Universal title match between Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Pretty decent for a Brock Lesnar match. Brock overpowered Seth before the bell, just tearing the new into Seth Rollins. Then Seth Rollins getting the upper hand when the bell rings by pulling a Shinsuke Nakamura and hitting Brock in the jewels and delivering 3 curve stunts to get the win and become the new Universal Champion. I think this makes his second time as Universal Champion.
And here's the thing. The first time he got it, who was in the match?
Finn Balor.
Yeah. And who else was in the match?
Well, actually, I take that back. He got... No, that was...
It was the cash-in, you remember?
Yeah. But that was for the WWE title.
I know, but still, it's the fact that he's gotten over on Brock twice.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The first to do that was Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
And, like, here's the thing about Seth, though. It was a good story. I think he told a really good story there. I kind of agree with Fred on this one that maybe one more, and this will be the story of the night as far as I'm concerned with the way the night went. But these matches, they seem to be protecting the 2 main events, which is great. They toned it down a little, which is fine. They won't blow the crowd out. But for this one, I feel that maybe one more beat in this one. Maybe just one more beat. Because we did. I mean, I have to somewhat agree. We've seen Brock take a lot worse. But then again, I'm not mad because the story is the fact that if you really watch the Brock Lesnar matches, every time Brock Lesnar's taking heavy damage, he somehow had time to recover or was able to roll out and get enough time to recover. It was a short time, but he had enough time to recover. This time it was like one after the other. Low blow, one after the other. Boom, boom, boom. It's over. It wasn't like, but then we seen him survive a similar situation with Daniel Bryan, so I don't know how to feel about that finish, but it was a good match, and it was a good way to start the show.
Yeah. Happy for Seth. Glad that they got the belt off Brock. I do like Brock. But it was time for him to drop the belt to somebody. Next match, Orton versus AJ.
Here's the thing about this match. I honestly think that this match needed maybe 3 to 5 more minutes. It was good. It was solid. It wasn't necessarily like a Wrestle Mania match. It felt like something you see on SmackDown, but it was well executed, and they gave you all the bells and whistles in a short amount of time. It was good. It could it have been better? Yes. Could they have made it better? Yes. It wasn't a question of. I think they just toned it down for the rest of the matches, but you got to give credit to them for that. The fact that they were able to give us that much with such limitations. But it was solid. It was okay. Good counter at the end. Great counter. Great story told at the end of that match.
Yeah, great story told by both Randy Orton and AJ Styles. Kind of felt bad for the people that were there who was affected by the lights.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But next is the Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Rusev Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Bar, Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Usos.
Explosive contest. Good follow-up to the story of the Usos kind of stepping down from crushing the New Day. They forfeited the match, so of course Vince is going to be mad. Really showed the dominance of the Usos, how well their tag team is. Didn't take forever for this match to finish. It was action-packed. Didn't take forever. It was a good little fill spot. not bad.
Yeah, very action-packed. Just a non-stop action. I liked it. But let me ask you this. Would you prefer this match over the match between the Usos and the Hardys on SmackDown?
Yeah, that's something that maybe could have been. Yeah, you may have a point there.
Also, gotta bring up Cesaro pulling that long spinning of a Ricochet. That was it almost made me
I don't know how you did that. That was crazy, man.
But
that was wild.
Yeah, it was pretty much wild. But surprised that Ricochet and Black didn't win the titles, but they kept the titles on the Usos. Good ending. Usos retained, and I don't know. I think I would rather had they did the Hardys and Usos at Mania and had the Hardys win the belt at Mania instead of on SmackDown.
Yeah,
but,
I would have preferred that too, but you know, that would have been a better story for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been a way better story for WrestleMania. Let's him know about these things.
Yeah, they had built it and made it into a storyline. Next match is the Falls Count Anywhere match between Shane McMahon versus The Miz.
Wow. Way more than I expected here. Way more than what I would expect. Wow. It was the only thing I can say about this match is it was Shane McMahon versus The Miz. That's all I gotta say about it. It was Shane McMahon versus The Miz, and it was Shane McMahon. When it comes to WrestleMania, Shane McMahon is ready for WrestleMania when it comes around somehow. I do not know how he's still able to do these spots. I have no idea.
I don't know either. But the beginning with him beating up on Miz and finna go for the top rope through the announce table and Miz's dad interfering, and then Miz's dad getting involved. I swear I can't go anywhere on the internet without seeing the damn meme of Miz's dad. And everybody putting up with his dad putting up his dudes against Thanos, against Ali. Just a bunch of stupid memes, man.
We're gonna make Chuck Norris jokes now. Oh god.
But
they're gonna start the Mr. Miz. They're gonna do Mr. Miz jokes now.
But the whole going out and into the crowd and the big bump he took off on the golf cart, which Corey Graves was wrong. That's not the first time we've seen the golf cart in the WrestleMania. Al Snow had one during the, I forgot which WrestleMania it was, but it was for the hardcore title where he drove into a box wall.
Yeah, the last one that came
yeah.
Some WrestleMania where actually Rio did it too.
Yeah.
Corey's pretty young, so I wouldn't expect it now.
But the it's amazing that Shane can even move after that, and then the bump they took off from the scalpel.
Maybe that great finish, just great way that is. That was actually a great finish.
Yeah, but it was kind of shocked that Shane won, but they probably gonna do another match at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, like Shane McMahon is kind of experience, so McMahon doesn't do these kind of matches, so you kind of have to put Shane over because McMahon just doesn't do these kind of matches.
Yeah.
You know?
But your winner is Shane McMahon. Alright, let's get down to the nitty gritty. You might gonna have a lot to say about it. I know I do. The Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag team titles. Nia Jackson, Tamina Snuka versus Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and the Iconics versus Sasha Banks and Bayley.
And there's so much to tell with this one.
Where to begin?
Wow.
This match blowed. And
probably.
And no disrespect to Natty and Beth and Natty were good in this match, but Jesus Christ, did not live up to my expectations.
Here's where I stood with. I feel like I never felt, and although, as I understand it, Sasha Banks and Bayley really wanted this to happen. This isn't the first time they tried women's tag team wrestling or have championships. People forget. WWE has tried this out twice already. You have women's tag team titles, and it's failed every time. Well, this time they're trying it again, and here's the thing about it. This started out wrong from the beginning. Although Bayley and Sasha are definitely the forerunners of the division, like two of the main forerunners of the women's revolution. I get that. I'll agree with that. But that doesn't mean they have to be the first tag team champions in the story. That doesn't mean that they just had to be the tag team champions. I don't think that this program they've been running with the rest of the team and everything, and them just being these friends and everything. I just don't think it was the right way to start it. It was when they did the tag team titles. I always felt that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville should have won. That should have started it out. And if they were going to have the Iconics win the titles, it should have been with fresh blood like Mandy, and it should have been a program there. These women need something to do. You still got the women with what's the punk rock woman?
Ruby Riott.
You still have Ruby Riott. You still have the Riott Squad. You still have all these other teams, and I don't think that this was the place to run a Boss Hug connection. I would have held them back from winning titles. I wouldn't even have them in the story thus far. I would have had them be a major obstacle that the champions would face later on. And they would drop them and run a long program against them later. But I wouldn't have had them started out. There's no way I would have started them out like this. Not to mention that whatever other team, that's another team too, Nia Jax, Tamina, that team should be held back. They should just be looming in the background and not used yet. Like, you hold them back. You don't bring in those powerhouse teams. You let the new blood build themselves up, because you don't have anything else for these women to do. You team up all the women you're not using and run a very solid tag team division. You don't do this. The teams in this match were not teams that should have been in this match. They should have been held off till next WrestleMania. These teams were all veteran teams and everything. They're fighting over the women's champions, the women's tag titles. There was just so much more room for new blood here. There's so many new women and new blood they could have built teams with, and so many women needed this program. This was a sad match for me to see this. I know not everybody likes the Iconics. I like the Iconics. I think they have charisma, but this just wasn't the place and wasn't the story for them. I don't think this was the right thing to do story-wise, but I think that the Iconics having titles, with the Iconics with titles now, where do you go from here? Get rid of all the other teams that were in this match, get them out of the way, just make them disappear for a little while, and bring in, let the new blood go for the titles. Better quality match. That match was not up to par. It was not up for this to be the first run of a women's tag team division, it needs to be at that level. It just wasn't. And, where to go from here, I'm just like, yeah, just clean up that division. If you're gonna run women's tag, just clean up that division. And I know Sasha Banks is talking about quitting now because they lost, or whatever the reason. Maybe she was just upset about the tag title storyline, whatever the heck it is, that they had to drop the belts. But I mean, honestly, maybe she goes home. Maybe she thinks about this since they gave her some leave. Look, she had to drop the title. You're like what, a 4-time women's champion. You had to drop. You don't belong here. You need to be out the way because you are a great performer. You need to be wrestling for the championship. The tag team titles, you and Bayley need to be separated. Y'all need to be going for the top because right now there's a lot of competition. And Becky Lynch needs worthy opponents right now. And she needs to be a proven champion. She doesn't need to be a champion won by. Well, we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. But anyway, that's all I had to say about it.
Well, I gotta say that this match was not to my standards. Too many botches, same old stuff that we saw before. Natty and Beth were on point. Beth looked good in the ring. Nia got taken out pretty early, and then they had a little spot where they showed the dominance. Then Beth going for the Grand Slam on Bayley, and then tried to do it from the top rope, but then got tagged by one of the Iconics and got knocked out, and Bayley got pinned by I think it was not Peyton Royce, but who pinned her? Was it Peyton Royce or I think it was Peyton Royce.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Before you get into that, I forgot to mention one thing too. People are gonna listen to this and wonder if we're thinking of, especially WWE, if you use this, they're gonna wonder why we are like, what are they talking about? This is always about money. Well, I'll talk about money for a second. I will talk about money. Here's where the money is. Okay. Yes, Sasha and Bayley are two big stars that you're going to be able to do. They're going to do business and merchandise sales, especially for title replicas and all that stuff. Yeah, okay, it'll sell those people. It'll sell the people who have this match. You're trying to draw upon the fan base and demographics so they make that money. Okay, but are you thinking about the future on your other talent? Okay, you have a whole bunch of talent you're not using in this tag team title storyline. Talent that you should have used in the tag team storyline and taken, Sasha's always going to make money. They're going to make money. They're going to make you money. All these other women in this match are going to make you some money. Okay, what about the women who aren't drawing? You could have, the Iconics, they're going to draw, if you give them enough airtime and you give them enough attention like you're doing, and they have the title, you give them airtime, yeah, they'll draw. But what about Mandy and Tony and all the other women? What about them? Are they making enough money for you? If they aren't, then maybe they should have been in this program. Maybe this would have been a good time to develop, just these tag teams that you have. Their sales could go up. You're hurting your talent. You're hurting commissions here. You really are hurting their commissions here. That lowers morale. And while Sasha's sitting over there touting about losing these titles and her merchandise being a little situation, tag though, look, she can't, and look, I don't know her lifestyle or whatever it is, but she can't be here for money. But I'm looking at these other girls here, and they haven't had, give these other girls a shot, man. But anyway, that's all I'm saying.
But back to what I was going to say. For them to lose to the Iconics, I said it before. I said it last time on the last episode. I'm not a fan of the Iconics. I don't really see the whole, lure to them that's not had nothing to do with their looks. As far as wrestling wise, I don't really see the appeal. To me, they're just very bad brand of the Beautiful People version 6. I just don't get it. And to hear that Sasha Banks is thinking about leaving because of that, I know she's passionate. I know she, cares this business. She's down for this business. But, she has to learn that WWE doesn't care about how these titles run. I mean, maybe because her and Bayley were pushing for these tag titles. But like I said before, not many people wanted women tag team titles. WWE doesn't even have enough women on the roster for women's tag team titles. Plus, they can't even do right for the men. What makes you think they're going to do right for the women? And
here's the thing. That comes down to the ultimate question: were these titles necessary?
No. I hate to say it, but no. And like I was trying to say with Fred, WWE doesn't have that many people on the roster for the tag titles anyway. Plus, just putting wrestlers together isn't gonna help it. It's just gonna hurt it. I mean, we all know how WWE loves to put wrestlers together to make a team out of them. But let's be honest, that's what killed the men's tag team division. Unless you can find a group of women that are a legitimate tag team and you can bring them to WWE, it's not gonna work.
I think WWE, if they want to do a women's tag team division, it may very well need to go back to like it was in the 80s and just dedicate an entire small little show to a group of women that you cast. Maybe about you hire, there's plenty of women's talent hired around the globe right now. You could hire 30 girls and team them up. You have 15 teams. Get a good, solid 15 teams to compete in this division. And every once in a while, you bring in your main show teams to challenge them or whatever. But just make a rotational division with 15 solid teams. Develop their story individually. You hire, create more jobs. You hire producers and people to do the show. And if anyone's interested in, if their quality is good, it'll catch on. Like every other show on the WWE Network, it'll catch on. If it's good. Just don't risk it on your main show. Don't risk taking up airtime on your flagship show with the women's tag team. Nobody wanted it. Nobody needed it. It wasn't. Somebody wanted it. I mean, Sasha really wanted it, but nobody else wanted it. Okay, it wasn't needed. It takes up airtime. We see when the women are good. We don't need tag team titles. Yeah, there's men tag team titles, which honestly, I'm at the point where I honestly think they don't need two men's tag team titles. That would make tag team matches more urgent. Honestly, if there was just one set of tag belts, that would make things a little bit more urgent in matches. But I mean, I'm arguing for urgency here because if they combine the women's championships like that, honestly, it makes it more urgent that these matches become a lot more important because there's only one champion. It makes it a little more urgent for me, honestly. But I mean, that's a rant for another day. But these tag team belts were just not needed.
Yeah. On to the next match, the WWE title match: Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Pretty much match of the night.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, I mean, you can't ask for a better story. I think this was one time WWE got right. It's amazing that we see something like this finally. An African American has the WWF, and I say WWF right now just for historical reference. Finally has the company's title, the WWF Championship, the WWE Championship, has the company's title, has the title that all their forgive me if I don't mean to sound racial, but I speak my own words, all their white heroes. Finally, we have our own, and WWE was gracious enough to allow the right guy to get it, Kofi Kingston. Kofi. His performances have always been worth our time and our money. He's been a part of a great team. He hasn't been the least bit controversial. He's been a great example of being a passion, and just seeing him in the rumbles and everything. He's always made them special for us. I don't have a problem with this whatsoever. This was fantastic. Daniel Bryan, God bless him, I can only imagine how difficult it is to play the race card, to play the villain in a story that really plays itself on racial tension. It's got to be the most difficult role you can get, and Daniel Bryan played it to a T. What I love about this is they didn't make the match too easy. They didn't just give it to him. It really showed that Daniel Bryan was the master of that ring, and it showed that Kofi's weapon against such mastery was just tenacity, pure passion and tenacity. That is the story they told in that ring. That was the wrestling we saw. It was told that it was paced right. The counters were good. Everything was there. The story build was good. It was audacious at times. And Vince McMahon, they can jump through so many hoops, make him wait hours outside his office. Yes, man. This was a great story, man. Great story here, man. Classic Vince McMahon. Really, really nice. Really grateful that they finally decided to give one a chance. And I'm not going to sit here and say that every black performer deserves a shot, because I understand the business. You need to put, if you're going to put the belt on someone, on a minority, then you can't just give it to them on a simple case when you're banking on it. They have to be able to deliver. And you can listen to all the racial rants you want on the shoot interviews and everything, but I encourage any serious fan of wrestling who's going to look at it with an objective eye. Watch their work. Look at their body of work and tell me that, that they deserve to be the WWE champion. There's something that comes with that. Everybody has an opportunity to learn the craft. We all can learn the craft. But did these men who they didn't push learn the craft? Like, really look for that answer yourselves when you guys watch some of these other black performers perform. Did they really go for the craft? Kofi, great conditioning, delivered. Great. But we'll rant later about African American champions. Ron Simmons, somebody who should have been champion, who I believe to this day should have been a world champion, is Norman Smiley. And I mean, there have been some great black workers in that ring. There have been some fantastic black workers who didn't get a shot. And this is a great inspiration for black wrestlers who want to get out there and be the best they can be. The WWE has shown them that the door is in fact open if you are willing to work for it. 11 years, Kofi Kingston stayed in the company, kept his job, and somehow here he is, by the grace of God. So I like it. I loved everything about it. Story-wise, business-wise, timing, pacing, everything was there. I can see why Booker T was so excited. I was happy.
Very good match. Hats off to Daniel Bryan. He helped sell this match for what it's worth. Kofi deserves it very much. He entertains me. It's funny how you get, like, a lot of people said that they didn't understand why people wanted to give Kofi the belt, and they would try to come up with a bunch of excuses. And I'm like, so it's okay that they gave the title to Jinder Mahal, a guy that nobody cared about, nobody gave one spack about or cared, but you against a guy that people is entertained and knows how to talk and put on a show for everybody, which I really don't understand. The one thing I don't get is about why is everybody saying that Kofi is like the first black champion instead of The Rock.
No, that's the thing. It's like, I look at it, about that, but the fact of the matter is, The Rock was not like a straight up. The Rock is Samoan. The Rock is not a straight up African American. No, Kofi is straight up. Like that, it doesn't get any more straight up than that. It's something that that I would debate anybody in a heartbeat about Kofi, about somebody saying Kofi is the first black world champion. He's not, but he's the first black WWE champion, the first truly black WWE champion. I think that's to be argued, but I think it's the fact that yes, The Rock. I say The Rock is the most significant minority WWE champion and probably the most successful. But by God, I mean Kofi Kingston is in fact the first African American WWE champion. People can argue that, but it's fact. I mean Kofi Kingston is the first black WWE champion. At least, it's just from a straight up perspective, if you're talking undisputable, Kofi Kingston is the first black WWE champion.
Well, also it was a very good match. Kind of helped up that WWE kind of spoiled it by putting the T-shirts that they had in the box out 2 hours before the before the match happened. But it was good. I was kind of put off because they had to do the the regular title belt under wraps and gave it to him that night. I would have probably had saved it for SmackDown.
Yeah, that would have gave more urgency to watch SmackDown. More people would have tuned in to see what the hell it was.
I thought that was kind of weird to do it right then and there. I would have had to
I think it was emotional. I honestly think it was just straight up emotional.
I mean, I know it's emotional and all, but still, the disbelief. But then again, kayfabe is dead.
Yeah,
but good job for Kofi. Happy for him. On to the next match, the WWE United States title match: Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe.
There are two sides to this. There are two sides to this match. On the one hand, you feel happy that they gave Joe credibility. It didn't take forever. They gave us a lot of action in a short amount of time from Rey. They tried to give Rey enough credibility, but it still was a squash. For Rey Mysterio, who, by God, I mean, Rey embodies a legend. But, do I feel like this match needed three more minutes? Exactly 3 more minutes. Do I feel like this match needs 3 more minutes? Yes. Story-wise, do I feel that it makes sense and it helps Samoa Joe? Yes. Do I feel that it kind of damages the credibility of a returning Rey Mysterio? Yes. It's two sides to it. On one side, it's perfect for Joe, who's been losing matches, even though he's the champion, and and roll-ups and stuff like that. There have been roll-ups, but what do I say to this? I say, if you want this to be okay historically, if you want Rey to be, if you don't want to damage Rey's credibility any further, just don't let anyone beat Samoa Joe anymore. Don't let anybody beat Samoa Joe. Like you could story this the fact that a flip switch and Samoa Joe finally got fed up, choked out Rey Mysterio in 60 seconds. This needs to happen. These short finishes with Samoa Joe needs to happen on regular TV. It needs to happen for the rest of the year. It needs to just, nobody needs to ever beat Samoa Joe again. The U.S. title doesn't need to go on another soul. They honestly, if it were me, with the way things have been written so far with the U.S. title, I would say Samoa Joe wouldn't lose that championship probably until 2022, if not 2023. I honestly would do something that crazy. I would like something that crazy. Because honestly, as far as like him losing the title, I would consider it if a new talent came along that was really, really worth the money and really, really worth the time to let go over Samoa Joe. Like, that's something you save. Samoa Joe with the U.S. title, having it for years and years on the show, that's something you save for when you get like a new talent, like another Chad Gable who you just really want to make into a major, into your next major player. That's who you save to beat Samoa Joe. You save somebody who's going to need that big push, who's going to need to do something significant, something big, something unbelievable, somebody who has to prove themselves. So yeah, I say, if you're going to embarrass Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania like this, please make it worth something. Please give me a reason to accept that. Please just don't let Samoa Joe lose to anyone else, period. I don't care if it's a triple threat. I don't care if it's a fatal four-way. I don't care if it's a cage match. I don't care if it's a handicap match. I don't care if Brock Lesnar comes back and tries to beat Samoa Joe. I don't think anybody should ever beat the Samoan submission machine who ran with the Ring of Honor title, one of those other people I was talking about who almost made the 2-year mark with the title reign. You should never let anyone beat Samoa Joe ever again.
I agree with you, except for the whole 3-year thing. That's a little bit too long, man.
I just said that as far as like,
I don't think Joe can.
As long as it needs to go.
I don't think Joe can hang around that long. I mean, he's not as young as he used to be.
No, but I just don't let Samoa Joe lose the title for a very, very long time.
Joe wins. Hopefully, Ray gets a little better because Ray was injured. That's why it was so short. But hopefully, Ray's gonna be fine. On to the next match: Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
He was the thing. This goes to my story for the main event. This match didn't even need to be on the card. Not because that the McIntyre Roman Reigns needed a finish. It's just that it's already been established in Roman Reigns. He already had his company. This didn't need to be on the card. They had to tone it down because I know what both of those guys are capable of. They really had to water it down because they didn't want to blow up main event. There was just no purpose. It just hurt both guys. It just didn't need to be there. Not saying the match didn't need to happen, but maybe you save this for a very special Raw main event and give it about 30 minutes. This could have gone to Raw the next night. This could have saved a lot of time for what should have been a Charlotte singles match for the title with Asuka. This should have been taken off the card. This and in fact the Rey Mysterio match should have been taken off the card. But I will get to that. So yeah, it didn't need to be there. That was my only comment on it. It just didn't need to be there.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Winner Roman Reigns. Alright, we're going to go out of order for these two. The next was the live segment with John Cena coming out as the Dr. of Thugonomics. And we're going to talk about the Kurt Angle Baron Corbin match. Can someone please tell me why in the blue hell they had John Cena for the second year in a row beat up on Elias instead of having him face Kurt Angle?
I have no idea. I have no idea why they did all this. I don't know what anyone was thinking. I don't know if Kurt especially requested that he not do that, or I don't know. I'd say this, that it would have been nice to see. And maybe it's just the fact that Kurt can't go anymore. Maybe he's just been hanging on as best he could these past couple of episodes. I think we saw the best of Kurt in that tag match with Ronda Rousey. I don't know that Kurt can go anymore. And that's understandable. But that doesn't mean you book him against Baron Corbin for no reason.
I mean, we know he can't go anymore, but hell, Undertaker can't go anymore, but he still gets to come in whenever he wants to and fight for a certain amount of time. I mean, hell, he had that match with Roman Reigns and he couldn't go that long.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you have someone who can't go that long, there's a way to negotiate this, okay? If you want to tell a better story, if you're just dead set, here's a hypothetical. If you're just dead set at having Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, why not slow the pace and have it more, have it be a little bit more epic? If you're going to have Baron Corbin go over, it almost has to be an epic battle for Kurt Angle's final match. And if he wasn't able to deliver that, if he wasn't able to give us that epic final battle, why even book it? It has to be, if it's Kurt Angle's final match, it really, really needed to be a bloody carnage war against Baron Corbin. It would have helped Baron Corbin. It would have, this would have been if Kurt were in shape and able to pull this off, this would have been a great kind of resurgence for Baron Corbin. If Baron Corbin could have had one of those straight up like Austin Hart, no, more like Roddy Piper, Bret Hart matches. If he could have had one of those kind of matches where he would have had to bleed, he would have had to really, really get his ass kicked. But if Baron Corbin could have, if Kurt were helping enough to give Baron Corbin one of those matches, I would have given the okay for Baron Corbin to go over. But in this case, I really think if you're just dead set about doing Baron Corbin's Kurt Angle, just let Kurt go over. There was no point. This didn't help Baron Corbin. I don't think this helped anyone. I think this was a waste of time, honestly. But I mean,
it's another waste of time because it's not going to help Baron Corbin. No matter how hard they try, this dude's not going to get it over because of that.
No, he would have gotten over. Like I said, the only way I saw this help Baron Corbin is if Kurt was at least able to go at the level he went when he was at TNA, maybe. You know, sadly, it would have probably involved him having to drug himself up. But by God, I mean, that was the only way that I would have seen Baron Corbin benefiting from this, is if Baron Corbin got his ass beat so badly to the point where, like, if Kurt suddenly went back to TNA and started beating the crap out of Baron Corbin through this whole match. I mean, taking him up the ramp, pulling out, throwing him off the stage. I mean, just belly suplex him off the stage onto the cement, beating his ass all over the arena, coming back to the ring. Baron Corbin still putting up a fight, refusing to give up. Baron Corbin hits him with the end of the day. Kurt Angle kicks out. He tries it again. Kurt Angle reverses it into a submission. Like, Baron Corbin refuses to tap out. Baron Corbin's bleeding all over the place. Baron Corbin just refusing to check out. Man, that's what would have helped Baron Corbin, but it just wasn't the order of the day. Kurt just wasn't there, man. And, you know, they didn't need to book this. It didn't help Baron Corbin. The only way Baron Corbin's going to get over is he's going to have to be baptized in blood and redeemed to the fans. And there's nobody right now, unless Baron Corbin is able to somehow gain our sympathy in a Brock Lesnar situation. I mean, there's no way that Baron Corbin is ever going to get over, and it's sad, but you know, for a talent, but he'll always get that go away until they find some kind of way to redeem him. He's always going to have that go away, and he's going to fade into obscurity. You know, they've got to find some kind of way to get him over if they want to. But this wasn't the way. This Kurt Angle match was not the way to go.
Yeah. On to the next match. No holds barred match. Triple H's career on the line. Batista versus Triple H.
It was expected. It was what we all were expecting. It was pretty much what I expected. Enjoyed it. Good little battle between two legends. Pretty fun. Good story. Good crazy spot as usual. Nose ring spot was pretty good.
Jesus Christ, Batista tripping and getting into the ring.
Yeah, that kind of hurt it a little bit, but everybody kind of looked past it. It still hurt it. especially on a comeback. And you have to be very careful getting into the ring wrestling. That's why you see returning legends mostly just do a basic step up and get in the ring instead of pulling anything like a going too fast and getting a foot call on the rope. I mean, you just be careful and slowly get into the ring in WrestleMania if you haven't been in the ring for a long time. And you know, and then with this match, I was telling Fred, this match to me, I agree with him on one thing. You know, I felt that the finish was a little too soon. I really feel like there were a lot of unused elements that Triple H tended to pull out in this match. When I see a Triple H match, I expect it to be a full-scale war. Like he normally calls in a lot of allies for these matches. Because the way they had set up, they had Shawn Michaels in commentary. And that was already a forebearing truth that Shawn Michaels is going to, at the end of the day, Shawn Michaels is going to choose Triple H. I was expecting, this is the order I expected this to play out, okay? If Ric Flair was going to get involved, that's the way Ric Flair would have been involved. But I think Batista should have kicked out. And I think it should have come down to Shawn Michaels should have given the super kick. That should have been the thing that really put it away. And then Triple H somehow gets to cover all the rest down, something like that. But then, and then that other sledgehammer that got involved. Usually, I expect Stephanie to get involved. I really expect it because in all of the battles we've seen over the years, the secondary backup is always Stephanie coming from somewhere and bringing him a weapon, whether it's a sledgehammer, whether it's a pipe or something. Stephanie always happens to pop up with a saving grace weapon or something. I expected Stephanie, Rick, Shawn. I expected all kind of backup from DX. I expected the animal to really have to fight a war going at the end of it. Going into the end of it, I expected a more extravagant finish. But I mean, it was still a good match. I expected a lot more from this. I was expecting this to be a real like showdown, a real shootout at the end of it. I expected Batista to hire some dudes to get in there and try to beat him. I expected a lot of dirty plays. I expected this to be like a straight melee. You know, because I was expecting a melee.
Yeah, but it's good for what it was. Sad that this was Batista's last match, because after the match, Batista put out, said that this was his last match and he was retiring from wrestling, as we all suspected. Your winner is Triple H. Next match, WWE Intercontinental title match between the Demon King, Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley.
Okay. I'll say it. It was time-wise, it was the right time because the main event needed the time. I think, like I said, could this have been on Raw? Yes, but it's WrestleMania and the Demons there, gotta have them on the card. So I say it was okay. It was a good match. Good solid match.
Good match, but total waste of the Demon King.
Yeah, it was.
Should have had him for him versus Brock.
That would have been good. So here's where they kind of got dropped the ball on this one. Okay, so you have Finn in there, and you're gonna do Finn versus Bobby Lashley. Honestly, if he has to be on WrestleMania card, like have him, he doesn't have to do a match. He could have just been the next challenger to Seth or something, you know? Like, if you're going to make Brock Lesnar short, then why not have him come out and they have a situation laid out, you know? Like, I think Bobby, here's the thing. While I do applaud Bobby for trying to do something like doing the visceral work, you know, and then having, you know, the yellow eye thing was at least try it something different. His best moment of the night was that suicide guy at the outside. That was good. I rarely see Bobby Lashley do anything that impresses me, but that was what I like to call intense. That was, he finally did something intense. And sad when you say that about the Intercontinental title, because why would you take the title off Finn just to give it back to him like that? Yeah, Finn's stronger when he's Sting, and I guess they're trying to reestablish that, but we already know that.
Yeah.
We already know that.
But it is what it is. Glad that Finn got the IC title back, but this is another match that could have been saved for Raw.
Raw main event.
Yeah.
It's Raw main event. Like I said, that's Raw main event.
Next match, the main event, winner take all triple threat, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey.
Story build was awkward yet entertaining. The match was what we expected, but the finish was terrible. I think there was a botch because I think the referee was fine or something.
Yeah, the referee was fine, but here's my take on it. Like you said, the match was good and everything, but the ending was just weak.
It was a terrible.
I know.
It was a terrible finish.
I don't know.
Awful finish.
I don't know. They said that that was supposed to happen, but Ronda got her shoulder up, and the ref should have stopped and then recounted again. But to me, that was weak as hell.
It was a terrible finish.
You mean
this was not the way I would have finished it. Not for the first women's main event of WrestleMania. I don't understand what's with WWE and these terrible finishes to first time matches with women. The Hell in a Cell, the finish in Hell in a Cell was terrible. Just Charlotte just knocking her head up against the table and that's supposed to finish her off. That was horrible. That wasn't that we were expecting a powerbomb or something definitive. Like I said, give me a finish. If you're gonna try to sell me your first time, give me a good finish. That was a terrible decision for a finish.
You mean tell me Charlotte couldn't tap out to the armbar or Ronda couldn't tap?
Why not now?
Yeah, she done it before. She should have done it now. But for some reason they didn't want to. They wanted her to roll her up and let her lose like that, which I don't understand. And now I seriously doubt.
She rolled up Ronda, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, you couldn't find some kind of way to give Becky Lynch a definitive victory over Ronda Rousey. I'm just like, if you're gonna have her pin or tap Ronda Rousey, just write it in a credible way. Even if it takes 3 reversals, just write it in a credible way. Don't give us this controversial finish crap. Don't give us roll-ups. Not for the first women's WrestleMania main event.
I don't know.
It's the first women's WrestleMania main event.
I know that, but it's just it makes no sense that the ending just didn't make any sense, and it makes Becky look weak. It makes Ronda look weak. It makes the whole match weak. And honestly, I doubt they're ever going to do another women's main event in quite a while because of this.
Yeah, because here's the thing: whoever came up with the finish is the person to blame. Because you sit there in your cast, whether it was Vince himself or whoever it was, you're sitting there and you're tasked with telling a story from the very first women's WrestleMania main event. And your idea, your ultimate finish, your idea of this very first women's main event is to have a roll-up. That's your plan, is to write a roll-up. It doesn't make good booking sense. It doesn't make good business sense. It doesn't make good sales sense. It doesn't make sense in any spectrum of the business. You don't do that on opening night of anything, on the first of anything. You have a big, spectacular finish. You do something magnificent for the finish in the first ever, whatever it is. You want us to come back for more, on the big victory and prove that she is in fact worthy to hold both belts in the division. Well, that left her unproven. She's an unproven champion because we're looking at, she's now holding both belts, but at the same time, Charlotte beat Asuka twice. Ronda beat every woman in the division, and meanwhile Becky tapped out. Becky couldn't hang with any of them, and then she tapped out to Charlotte. She tapped out to Asuka and Wrestle at Royal Rumble. I mean, she's unproven. She's an unproven champion. I like the gimmick, but she's unproven. The finish doesn't prove anything. Like, if you're trying to bank on her as your champion, and you want her, and your message, your sales message is the fact that she is the man, how is she the man if she hasn't proven, if she hasn't beaten a man? She hasn't beaten anyone to call herself the man yet.
Well, just a weak finish and kind of put a little damper on the match. But Becky wins both the Raw and SmackDown Championship, and hopefully they do Becky justice. But as for what we saw on the Raw and SmackDown after Wrestle Mania, it doesn't seem like much because now you got Ronda out with a broken hand, and from what I read, she's going to have surgery on that hand, so she's going to be out indefinitely. You got Nia Jax out with 2 torn ACLs, and she's pretty much going to be out for 9 months. Sasha's pretty much maybe gone. They jobbed Bailey to Alexa Bliss, and now they got her pretty much feuding with the first feud with Becky's title reign is Lacey fucking Evans, and that does not excite me at all.
No, it doesn't. It's not even. Lacey Evans is nowhere near the level of competition that Becky needs to prove herself. I mean, my God, oh boy. Next thing you know, this is what they're going to do. They're going to have her feud Lacey Evans, and they're going to jump too soon after she beats Lacey Evans. They're going to jump way too soon, and they're going to try to have her go. Now, if I'm Triple H, this is where I would draw my line. This is where I would pull Asuka from the show for a little while, because I am not going to let Vince and Kevin Dunn put my star in jeopardy like this. Like, this is stupid.
I think you're a little too late for that, man.
I know. It sucks.
But with that, we come to the end of another episode of Triple Threat. I'd like to thank California Kid, and thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing. Thanks to our new subscribers. If you like, please download from your favorite podcast, Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts. And thank you for joining us, and we will see you later.
Catch you later, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.